Hey guys. Hey. Okay, so I am doing this on two different platforms. I am over here on Facebook. Hey guys. And I'm going to try to simultaneously also do Instagram live over here. So we're going to see how this goes. So I have a bunch of things I want to talk to you guys about tonight. Today's just kind of a mishmash of information. The first thing I'm going to talk about is the new oils that are coming out soon. So it's either going to be the end of this month or the beginning of next month. I'm not certain, but doTERRA is going to be releasing some new oils and also some new products. Excited to see what they're going to be. I'm not really sure what they're going to announce. They're announcing it at their national convention. So doTERRA does one annual national convention every single year. They do it every year in September, and it's in Salt Lake City. And I'm really sad I'm not going to be able to make it in person this year. Super disappointed because the energy there is high and exciting and wonderful. But they're doing something, I think this is only the second year they've done this. They did it last year. But they're doing a virtual convention. So you can attend virtually. And what that means is you get to watch all of the incredible speakers talking about what new oils they're going to release. They're going to announce them there at convention. They're going to talk about kind of the science behind these new oils, how to use them. They get really nerdy if you're into that, which I totally am. They're also going to be talking about just the company. They do a lot of information on co-impact sourcing, which is a really, really cool thing about doTERRA. It's basically the heart of doTERRA and why doTERRA is what sets them apart from other essential oil companies. The way that they interact with their growers and do all of these really just benevolent, different, I hate to call it a charity, but that's really what it is. They do these different ways that they connect with the growers, and then they help those communities of growers, and it's just really powerful. So they're going to talk a lot about that. They're going to talk a lot about the new oils. They're going to talk a lot about oil science. It's going to be amazing. So this is not just for people who are in the business of doTERRA like me. This is a free for anybody, and convention's huge. I can't remember the exact numbers, but tons of people come, and many of those people who go in person are not even business people. They are just people who are customers, wholesale customers who love and use their oils. So I wanted to make sure that you knew that that is coming up, that those new oils are going to be announced really soon. And if you want to check out the convention, or the virtual convention, I guess, I think tickets are $50. That's what I'm going to be doing. I highly suggest that you check it out too. There is a promo code, like a referral code, that I can give you also, just to kind of connect you with my team and know that you're, watching convention with us. So let me know, reach out to me if you're interested in that. That's really, really awesome and cool. And then that's kind of the first thing I want to talk about. The second thing I want to talk about is if you are local. So if you are local in the Houston area, we're going to be doing some, we call them make and takes, but I feel like that's like not a fancy way to say it. But basically it's like a girls' night. We get together and we make blends. We make roller blends. So you will get a little roller bottle like this. It'll be labeled. We'll talk about what kind of blends to make for various different things. Like we're going to do a back to school themed one here coming up in a week or so. It's going to be awesome. So we're going to do like a blend for head tension, a blend for calm, which I don't know if your kids need that, but mine do. A morning like awake blend, a focus blend. So we're going to do some fun things. So what that looks like is we're all getting together. If we do it in the evening, it's wine and cheese. If we do it in the morning, on the weekend, it's like a brunch. And we just talk oils. We make them up and we talk about how to use them. So that's a really fun thing that we're going to be doing. So if you're interested in joining one of those, let me know, because I've got a couple that are happening this month. And if you want to do one, and invite your friends, I'm happy to come and bring my oils and my rollers and like make a girls' night for you and your friends. And all the ladies in your lives, but that's a really fun thing I wanted to mention too. The next thing I want to talk about is my head creepy crawly spray. I can't call this what I want to call it. The head creepy crawlies, the hair little monsters, bugs. You know what I'm talking about? Wink, wink. Yeah, so I'm not interested. I'm not interested in that nonsense. No. In fact, I have a daughter. I don't know if you've seen pictures of her on social media, but I have a daughter who has long, curly hair, and I cannot fathom combing that out with a knit comb. Like, not interested in that one bit. So I have my beautiful Essential Life book, and I have looked up a hairspray. And this is, I say hairspray. This is not like a hairspray, like styling spray. I spray this on both of my little girls before we go to school in the morning. And I spray it close to the scalp because that's where these little critters are going to, it's not the hair, it's the scalp, and they smell the blood, which is so gross. So you're masking the smell and putting repellent oils to prevent them from jumping from scalp to scalp. I know, it's disgusting, I know. So anyway, this is a little glass bottle, amber glass bottle. And the reason I like to do glass is because no leaching from the plastic. So this is glass. I feel like this is our, oh, hey, Lauren. Hey, girl, good to see you. We're talking about creepy crawly hairspray. I can't call it by the actual name, but you know what I mean. So anyway, yes, glass bottle, water, and then I made mine real strong. I have rosemary, and rosemary is a really big, important one for preventing the yucks. So I did 10 drops of rosemary, and then I did 10 drops of melaleuca, and then I also did about 10 drops of peppermint. And I didn't quite do 10 drops of lavender. I think I did maybe like 8 drops, something like that. So I did those 4 oils, and I topped the rest just with water. You could also do something like, I've heard some people do like a little bit of coconut oil just to give it a little moisturizing effect. So you could definitely do that. You could add a little bit of vitamin E oil if you wanted, but I'm simple, water and essential oils. So it's these 4 oils. If you can see that there, rosemary, oh, my lid's gone, melaleuca, peppermint, and lavender. I did about 10 of each. You could go 20 drops each. I mean, you want to go strong. I can't remember if this is I think this is a 2-ounce bottle. Oh my gosh, guys, sorry, I don't remember. Yes, oh, Lauren, yeah, I see your comment. Rosemary for sure. Yes, everything says rosemary. Rosemary is amazing too for increasing like your hair growth if you have thinning hair, which can be hormonal, it can be postpartum. Oh, hey, Brianna, I see you over there. Good to see you. We're talking oils to spray in your hair to prevent the creepy crawlies, especially for kids at school, because yeah, Brianna has girls who go to one of my girls' school. So yeah, I don't want any of that nonsense. So anyway, these are the oils that I put in here with water, and I literally spray their hair in the morning, and I spray it close to the scalp. So I do like the part line, I do kind of around the hairline, and I let it get kind of damp. And then we comb the hair, and then, you know, we'll style it, French braid it, pigtails, braid, whatever. Yeah, so every day, just every day to kind of create a barrier for those creepy yuckies. So definitely, if you have kids who have hair, all of you need to check this out. This is a huge back to school must have. I think when we think back to school, we think like On Guard. We think that protective oil blend, but yeah, we don't want that either. Yes, Lauren, that's what I'm talking about. We're talking about the hair creepy crawlies. For compliance sake, I'm not allowed to talk about exactly the creepy crawly. But yes, you know what I mean. So anyway, yes, that's what I wanted to talk about. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is oils. I'm just jumping around here. If you have questions, please ask them. Yeah, oh, and yes, Lauren, Rosemary and peppermint, those would be really great oils to add to your shampoo because those stimulate follicle activity, so that growth, that hair growth. So yeah, you could add that to your shampoo. It depends on your shampoo bottle too, because I know some shampoo bottles, I would imagine most of them are that PET grade, but there's a certain grade of plastic that's safe for essential oils, and you could definitely add your oils to that. Otherwise, the oils just leach because they're so potent. They leach stuff out of the plastic, and the plastic is full of grossness that you don't want on your body. So my thought would be, if you're going to put it in your shampoo, check the plastic, the type of the shampoo bottle, and if it's something that you can't figure out, then yeah, maybe put it in a different container. I wouldn't do glass in the shower just because I break everything. I don't need that kind of mess in my life. So you could, get your own PET grade bottle. Amazon has stuff like that, and kind of combine your shampoo with your oils. So just a thought. You could also do a good old mason jar, nothing fancy. Literally like spoon it into your hand before you get in the shower. So lots of options. Doesn't have to be crazy or weird or fancy. Yeah. Let's see, what else? Yeah, you could for sure do that. Lauren's like, couldn't you just put a drop of oil in your hand and then put the shampoo in your hand? For sure. Way to think it easier, Lauren. I like how you make my life easier. Yes, you can definitely do that. Okay, so that's the hair stuff. I also want to talk about oils for emotional support, which is something that has brought me to essential oils for sure. I came to oils a long time ago, mostly for physical support, immune boosting, congestion, that sort of thing. But as the longer I've used them, the more that I have grown to love them for their emotional benefits, and there are just so many, which is really cool. I often reference this book, Emotions and Essential Oils. Every single essential oil has an emotional component to it, but doTERRA also has some specialty blends, and I went over those in my class last week, but I just want to talk about one specific one. Console. Oop, my lamplight is kind of blowing it out. There we go. Maybe you can see it. Console. I love Console. So Console is amazing. To me it smells like grape jelly or something. I don't know. It's so good. But this is the oil. This is the comforting blend. So it's the oil that we use to support us with grief and sadness. And I had some really sad news this morning. A friend that I know passed away from cancer, and it was very unexpected. Like, she was in treatment, but she went very quickly. And so that really knocked the wind out of me today. I was just really, just kind of dealing with like the brevity of life and feeling like, wow, what is the meaning of life, kind of a thing, those existential things. And so it surprised me how hard this hit me, because I've had loss in my life. We've all experienced loss and grief. But I think because it was so unexpected, this really just took me back. So I used Console today. I put some on my chest. This is the oil for sadness and for grief. So I put a little dollop on my chest, put on the inside of my wrists. I didn't dilute it. And this oil has some really amazing oils like frankincense. Frankincense, that scent kind of stays with you. That's patchouli, ylang ylang, labdanum, amorous, sandalwood, rose, which by the way is the highest frequency vibrationally of all the essential oils, is rose. Rose actually, emotionally, is the oil of divine love, unconditional love. So yes, highest frequency for sure. So this oil I was using just to kind of anchor me in those sad feelings. And then I want to read to you guys kind of what this says about the comforting blend. And again, oils don't magically like this. I'm not using this oil because I want it to fix me and not make me sad at all. We want to feel those feelings. You can't avoid those feelings. You can't not feel the feelings. Because when you stuff feelings inside, they come out in your body in some sort of dis-ease and sickness. And so we don't want that. We want to feel the feelings. We just want to be able to feel them in a healthy way and be able to process them. You know, we don't want them getting stuck. We want to like release them. And I don't know about you guys, but I am not an overly emotional person. It takes a lot to make me cry. I don't cry easily. That's just, I've always been that way. And I think that's because as a child, I really held it in a lot and I tried not to let it out. And so, you know, as I grow and as I am kind of working through all the stuff that we adults have to work through, I'm really trying to like let that out. And so I feel like Console really helped support me in that today. I was able to just kind of feel my feelings, let out some tears, process out loud my sadness. And I also went and had some body work done. I went and had a little foot massage, which I'm not sure if you know, but body work is really important in helping you kind of let your feelings out also. Because we store these feelings. You know, feelings are energy. Feelings are, they have a frequency. They are not just an abstract concept. And I remember learning this a couple of years ago, and that blew my mind. The fact that feelings they're energetic matter. Like if you go back to science class and you look at, everything's matter, everything is vibration. Your feelings have that energetic quality to them. So, we need to be able to experience them, be able to let them out. But a lot of times they get trapped in our body. And so body work, which is a really important part of any sort of recovery work, if you're doing any sort of like 12-step or anything like that, body work is a really helpful tool in helping you to release feelings, release stored trauma, release sadness, release those things out, help that energy to get unstuck. So I can just vouch for that was really helpful for me today. This is the oil that I used. There are other oils. Again, this amazing book, there's a whole little index in the back, so you could look up. So I'm going to look up grief or sadness. There are others for that, but Console is the blend that doTERRA created just for that. Yeah, okay, so sadness. They're saying breathe would be a great oil for sadness. Ylang ylang, geranium, peppermint, AromaTouch, and cheer. So these are all oils that would be really helpful if you're feeling sad. So just wanted to pass this tool along to you because this helped me today and wanted to share with you guys kind of like, real-time things that are helping me, serving me, that I'm learning, and that I can share with you guys too. What else? Oh, and this is related. I didn't get to use this tool today because I was kind of running around and I just didn't get to it. But I don't know if you guys are familiar with tapping, the emotional freedom technique, EFT. So that is a really awesome tool as well. I learned about this years ago with my friend Chantel. I don't know if Chantel's watching, but there used to be a live class here in Houston where we could go and do tapping. So EFT, there's these meridian points on your body. Again, it's energy. These different pressure points. You know how when you go have acupuncture or, even if you're not familiar with that sort of, if that's even just like too weird and too agey for you, just think about the idea of, how when you push right here, that can kind of clear your sinuses. Or if you touch right up here, you can alleviate that kind of like sinus headache pain. Those are pressure points. So all that is that is a meridian line to other parts of your body. I remember also learning that like there's a pressure point here between your thumb and your finger that can help with headaches. So that's all you're tapping. Tapping is you're following these patterns of tapping these different meridian points while you are saying, you're kind of going back and forth between a stressful thought, like the thought of like, sadness, or maybe it's a fear. Just any sort of like negative, low vibe thought that you're having. So you're tapping these positive meridians that are going to make your body feel calm, relaxed, happy, high vibe. So you're tapping all these meridian points. You're saying this negative thing that would normally make you feel bad. And then you're saying a positive thing about it. So definitely look it up. My favorite YouTube channel for EFT is Brad Yates. He is the tapping king for sure. He has a YouTube, and you can just tap along and like follow him along. He has a YouTube tap for literally every scenario. So I didn't get to that today with, you know, working through my grief and my sadness, but I would highly recommend that. So I'm kind of digressing, but I just, yeah, that's a really cool tool if you haven't checked it out. And it's not something that is like creepy and weird and new agey. This is, again, whenever we learn about our bodies and we learn about, hey, this is how your body works. You have meridian lines that go through your body. And when you touch them, you can calm it. It's just, it's science. It's not voodoo, in case you were feeling nervous. Oh, hey, Brandy, I see you, girl. Oh, what were you saying? Elevate? Elevation, yes. Elevation. Yeah, sometimes I mix up the names. That could be the uplifting blend, elevation. Elevation's another good one, just for kind of like high vibe happiness and waking up. So I would definitely suggest that also. Okay, so that is enough about grief. Unless y'all have any questions, I'm happy to continue talking, but I wanted to move on to the other thing I was thinking of. This is sleep anchors. So I was watching another doTERRA leader talk about creating sleep anchors. And I thought, oh my gosh, I already do that. I just didn't know. Oh, hey, Brandy. Yes, I got my phone here. I got my laptop here. And I'm just like going back and forth. Technology, you're making it work. But yeah, sleep anchors. So I basically already do that, creating sleep anchors, where you have a scent that is calming to the body. And for me, y'all know, if you've ever heard me talk about oils, I'm sure you've heard me talk about my girl Serenity. Serenity is the oil that brought me to doTERRA. I had used other brands of essential oils for years. And I had a family member who had Serenity, and I smelled it and I was like, I want to take a bath in that, whatever that is. Sign me up. I could drink it. I want to wear it. I love it. And it's the blend, it's called the Restful Blend. So this is the blend that's typically for sleep, although it's also a very calming blend. It's great for overwhelm, which I'm prone to, great for stress. So man, I love Serenity. So good. So the Restful Blend, this is my go-to, although there's plenty of others. Lavender is an excellent, excellent oil for sleep. You could do vetiver, which is a grounding oil, chamomile, which is a really calming oil. It's called Roman chamomile. There's several oils that you could do for sleep, and you could blend a lot of these. But you created a sleep anchor, and what that is you're basically making this your trademark sleep oil. You're training your body to respond to this oil so that your body knows, oh, I smell the smell. Oh, it's sleep time. Okay, time for sleep. It's kind of that similar, you know, how we create meaning with aromas a lot of times. Like whenever I smell Adam's vanilla extract, I am transported to my grandma's little country kitchen. She always cooked with Adam's vanilla extract. So that smell, and it's that brand. It's only that brand that like brings this memory to me. It's like my mind has put those two things together. So that's what you're doing. You're kind of intentionally creating an anchor for your sleep. So choose an oil. You don't have to be married to it, although, I mean, it could be like your signature. You could make your signature forever if you wanted to. But I'm in favor of like with different seasons, you kind of shift it around. But choose an oil like lavender or Serenity or vetiver. And what you're going to do is you're going to pop this in your diffuser about 30 minutes before bedtime. So maybe you're brushing your teeth, maybe you're reading a book. I don't know what your 30 minutes before bedtime ritual is, but have this going in the diffuser. You're smelling it. You're just kind of getting yourself ready for bed. You're telling your brain, this is what sleep smells like. You can make yourself a little roller bottle and roll it on the bottoms of your feet to kind of get it into your bloodstream. Or you can roll it, this is my personal favorite, right over your heart, because this is close enough to your nose to where you're going to smell it, and it's warm, so it's going to kind of heat up and bring that aroma to your nose. And that's how you create a sleep anchor for yourself. So you're basically training your brain. This smell equals sleep. So I'd love to hear from you guys too. Like, what are your favorite sleepy oils? I mean, I'm kind of naming some like basics. This is what everybody does. But if you have one that you love, comment here because I want to see it. I did have an oiler, my friend Gelleray. I don't know if Gelleray is watching, but Gelleray was doing peppermint. Peppermint's typically like a wake up oil. It's an oil that really oxygenates your blood. So when you inhale it, it kind of wakes up your brain. It helps you to focus. It's also really oxygenating to your lungs. So it's a great oil to use before any sort of exercise or workout. But she was popping that in her diffuser at night just to see if that would help like respiratory stuff. And her husband was raving about it and saying, hey, this is really helping me sleep great. So, I mean, I'm saying this to say to each his own. If Serenity is not your scent, then no problem. You pick one that works for you. You pick one that you want to be your sleep anchor. So create a sleep anchor for yourself. Create one for your children. One for your children can be different. Juniper berry, which I don't have here because it's upstairs in my girls' room. Juniper berry is a really great one for littles. Emotionally, that's a really great oil for fear. So if you have kids prone to nightmares, that would be really great. You could do lavender and juniper berry. You could skip the lavender. You could do Roman chamomile and juniper berry. Wild orange is one too that kind of goes both ways. So if you put wild orange and peppermint together, it's really invigorating and it helps you to wake up. If you pair wild orange with lavender, it's really calming and can help support sleep. So you can kind of play around with that. But yeah, I encourage you to try that. I'd really like to hear too, like what kind of blend you've created for sleep and if that helps you, like if that helps train your nose and your brain. So sleep anchors. So the last thing I want to talk about is Symphony of the Cells and AromaTouch. So AromaTouch is doTERRA's, it's a massage protocol. So it's 8 oils and specific moves, that's not really what you call it, specific hand gliding, massaging techniques for massaging the body. And you do these same 8 oils for the AromaTouch massage. And I believe, and we've got a kit too, doTERRA has a kit with a diffuser and those 8 oils. So if you're interested in that, that's awesome. And I think it's really affordable. I think I want to say it's $150 and it gives you a wholesale account with it. So it's a really sweet deal. But yeah, that's a really great kit. It has balance and lavender. So what you do is you apply the balance and the lavender, you apply it down the spine, and you do the special massaging technique. And then you apply Melaleuca and On Guard. So those are immune boosting oils. And you apply those down the spine and you do this specific massage technique. And then you do AromaTouch, which is the massage blend. And you do Deep Blue, which is kind of the pain and inflammation blend. So you're trying to lower the body's inflammation with that pair of oils. I want to interject. AromaTouch, I didn't think AromaTouch was that amazing until probably February of this year. I got AromaTouch in a BOGO. You guys, AromaTouch is an unsung hero. AromaTouch is incredible. It amps up Deep Blue like nobody's business. It's amazing. I feel like calling it the massage blend is like not giving it enough power and oomph because I have used this and Deep Blue when I've like tweaked my neck. I tweaked my neck over Mother's Day, y'all. How? I don't know. But I tweaked my neck and I could not turn my head very well. And it was a Sunday, obviously Mother's Day. And chiropractor was closed. Everywhere was closed. So I made a roller of just AromaTouch and Deep Blue and coconut oil. And I kind of made it strong. It wasn't super diluted. And I rubbed that, I don't know, every 20 minutes maybe for a couple of hours on that spot. And I got the range of motion back in time. It helped me with the pain and the discomfort. Deep Blue is the oil that supports recovery from inflammation. So it's a really, really powerful tool to have in your toolbox. The massage blend is the oil that increases circulation. So this has oils like cypress, which is our oil of flow. It helps to literally get your lymph flowing to increase that circulation. It also has peppermint, which is cooling. It kind of brings blood to the surface because it has a cooling effect. It has marjoram, which is a great oil for pain and discomfort. It has basil, it has grapefruit, another great oil for circulation. It has lavender, which has anti-inflammatory properties. So this oil paired with the deep blue are so powerful. So I just got to give a little, like a little shout out to AromaTouch because she doesn't get a lot of attention, and I love AromaTouch. Side note, if you've never smelled AromaTouch, it smells like you're in a spa, like a beautiful, airy, relaxing spa. It's so amazing. I'd like to diffuse this with lime. That's really good. So yummy. So AromaTouch for the win. You need that. Let's see. I want to tell you something else. Hold on. I want to read this to you about the massage blend. Okay. It's the oil of relaxation. Do I even have to say any more? Yeah. So it brings you from feeling tense, stiff, stressed, unable to relax, to feeling relaxed, harmonious, flexible, heart and mind open, comforted. So yes, it's incredible. So that's the AromaTouch massage technique. You can, there's plenty of trainings in the US. If you're interested in attending one, let me know and I can kind of connect you. But you can also just kind of Google it and DIY it yourself. It's a really amazing series of oils and massage that are designed to kind of bring your body back to homeostasis. So we're all kind of stressed out. We all have low level inflammation just from, what we eat and what's in the environment and things like that. So this is a really beautiful massage technique. So I love using the AromaTouch massage, but the Symphony of the Cells, this is not a doTERRA specific massage, but it is a little book. And I'll link it later on here on Facebook in my Essentially Crunchy Education group. I'll link it for you guys so that you can see the book. But it is several different oil protocols for various body systems, various maybe problems even. I don't know if that's what you would call it, but respiratory issues, for example. And there's another protocol for hormone issues, and there's another protocol for infectious diseases. So if your kid has, I don't know, whatever virus is going around, then you would want to follow kind of like those oils. So I'm telling you all this to tell you that I have been doing the kind of the Symphony of the Cells massage approach for my little girls before bed. We've been doing this almost every night. I'm trying to think. I think we skipped maybe 2 nights in the last week. We've been doing it almost every night. And my girls ask for it now. They want this. And I play a little relaxation, gratitude. It's a child's meditation on YouTube. And I play it for them so they can listen to it and just kind of calm. It's like a get ready for bed meditation. And then I get my oils for infectious disease protocol because I am really trying to keep them healthy. And we do that. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes and they zonk out. It feels so relaxing and so good to them. And the oils that I have been doing for this protocol are DDR Prime. DDR Prime is the cellular, it's called damaged DNA repair. That's what the DDR stands for. And this is, they call it the cellular complex, which I know is kind of vague, but it's got frankincense, which is our oil of cellular support. It has wild orange. It has Litsea, that Australian oil that was our promotion last month. It has thyme, which is a huge antiviral player. It has clove, which I think on the ORAC scale, clove has the highest rating for antioxidants. It has summer savory, it has niaouli, it has lemongrass. So it's got all these really heavy hitters. So this is a big oil for cellular support. A lot of mamas who have children who maybe are nonverbal or have processing disorders and issues and things like that have reported incredible results with their children when they use this regularly. This is if you guys follow Hillary LeMay on Instagram, she did a whole like a trial, like an experimental trial on kids who either have like learning issues or processing disorders or things like that, and using this 3 times a day and recording their results, and their results were amazing. So this is huge. You can take this oil internally. In fact, it says on the back, you can take 4 drops 2 times a day with food as a supplement. There's also soft gels for us people who can swallow pills. So that's a really powerful oil. Even if you're not trying to detox, we all get garbage in our systems, just lifestyle. Even if you're a super clean eater, this is a great oil to have. So anyway, I put this in a roller bottle and I dilute it appropriately for my kids. Can you see my really fancy packing tape and printer paper label with Sharpie? Look how good. Doesn't have to be fancy to work. So I roll this down their spine. I massage it in. I usually will go up a few times, and then I'll kind of go in circular motions, do this along their back. And again, this one has the coconut oil in it, so it's pre-diluted. I will do On Guard, and On Guard is going to be hot to the touch. So using a little bit of fractionated coconut oil can help, but what I have found is that if I start with a roller that is diluted, like my DDR Prime that I made, I don't have to dilute these. So this is giving them a really strong, concentrated oil treatment, and it's giving it right to their spine, because your spine, we all know our spine houses our central nervous system. Our central nervous system is our spinal cord and our brain, and that's how our brain communicates to the rest of our body. So, you know, I'm a big fan of chiropractic care. Shout out to Dr. Walter, who I see on the regs. She adjusts me and my kids because, yeah, that spine health is so important. So anyway, we always put these oils on the spine, and the reason you do it on the spine is because it's going to absorb that really well. It's going to communicate that to the different parts of the body. So On Guard is our protective blend. This is the immune boosting blend. This is the blend that you want to use really religiously during cold and flu season to beef up the immune system, to protect you from catching any of the gunk. If you've seen any of the studies that I posted in my Essentially Crunchy education group, I talk a lot about the scientific findings, guys. Like, these aren't even doTERRA studies. These are like governmental medical studies that will show, hey, we used On Guard to clean this and it proved better than bleach and Clorox. And oh, we used this and it eliminated this virus and that virus and it cleaned this up, and amazing things. So this is a really, really incredible blend. I also make elderberry syrup, and I'll put like a drop or 2 of this in each serving for my girls. So more on that later. So that's another class. But yes, so we do this one. Then I often will do thyme, and I know thyme is already in the DDR Prime, but thyme is an unsung hero. So thyme is an oil that I learned has huge antiviral properties. Emotionally, though, I want to talk to you about its emotions because it's important. It's the oil of releasing and forgiving. Y'all know that forgiveness is like foundational to health, right? Our emotions and our physical body, they are intertwined. You cannot separate them. We are a holistic being. God made us in this like one person package. So we are a whole package. So you can't separate your emotions from your physical health. You just can't. So releasing and forgiving, that's huge. This says that thyme empties the soul of all negativity, helps to leave your heart wide and open. In that state of openness, you can feel tolerance and patience for others, helps you to forgive, to let go, and move forward. So it brings us from unforgiving, angry, raging, hateful, bitter, resentful, emotional bondage. Those are heavy, to forgiving, tolerant, patient, open-hearted, understanding, and emotional release. So this is a major player. It's also a huge antiviral, which is why I'm using it in my massage. So I'll put that. So again, I'm doing like 2 or 3 drops along the spine, and I'm massaging that in, and I'll redo some coconut oil, the fractionated coconut oil, to keep it diluted so it doesn't get too hot. Thyme is one that my girls have said feels a little hot to them. And then, let's see, I'll do Melaleuca. Again, Melaleuca is a really big immune boosting heavy hitter. We talked about it for the hair creepy crawlies, but it's also a huge disinfectant for the surface. It's an oil that you can gargle with to get rid of a scratchy throat. It's a big, big germ killer. So I do this along the spine also. I also will do oregano. So oregano, I often think about oregano as kind of like a natural antibiotic. And the reason I think of it this way is because when I was breastfeeding my second daughter, when she was a baby, I got those plug ducts, milk ducts all the time. And they would always get infected. Like once a month, they would get infected. They would be plugged every other week or so, and then they'd get infected. No matter how much pumping, breastfeeding, nursing, it was a nightmare. So I had rounds of antibiotics, and after maybe 2 rounds, 3 rounds, I thought, this is bad. I cannot be on antibiotics once a month. No. So I experimented and started putting oregano oil in a little veggie capsule. And yeah, I didn't have to take antibiotics anymore. This is what would knock out that infection. So I'm not saying, obviously, I'm not saying, hey, don't take antibiotics ever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, try this for that sort of bacterial overgrowth and see if that can help support you. So this is also a huge, huge heavy guns for immune support. So this along the back, I also like to do it on the bottoms of the feet sometimes too. So I do all those along the back, and then I will do, this is just kind of my ad-libbing, I'll do like a serenity or a lavender just for calming. And then I'll do either peppermint or AromaTouch. Usually in the Symphony of the Cells books, they have us, or in the book, in the protocols in the book, they have you end with peppermint. Peppermint is a driver oil, and it helps to drive in all the oils that you've layered on so far. So this is a really amazing way to end it. With AromaTouch, a really cool thing that you do is you do wild orange and peppermint on the bottoms of your feet, and then you do a lymphatic pump where you're kind of holding the person by the ankles. They're laying, on their stomach, and you hold them by their ankles, and you're just kind of moving them to let the lymph system kind of get a little movement, almost as though you're on a rebounding trampoline. You know what I'm talking about? And you're getting that lymph fluid kind of pumping. And then you rest, and then you let the lymph pump for maybe 20 seconds again, and then relax again. So you guys, this is one of the things that I'm going to be doing now on the regular to keep my kids healthy. I'm really hoping that this will support their immune system this cold and flu season. So we're doing elderberry gummies that have On Guard in them. We're doing On Guard before they go to school. We're doing a Symphony of the Cells massage before bed, along with kind of a guided meditation. So we're doing all those great things. Oh, we're also reducing sugar because y'all know, I don't have to tell y'all know that sugar reduces the immune system like crazy. And I say that as like a huge sugar lover. So it's sad, but for real. So those are kind of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. Let me know if you have questions. I can hang on here a little bit longer. Let's see. Ooh, you guys, I got chatting. I've been on here longer than I meant to be. Yeah, if y'all have questions for me, let me know. Now that we've got school kind of back in session and I've hit a better rhythm with my family, I'm planning on making Wellness Wednesday once again being more loyal, I guess, to that time slot. I'm trying to do a 7:30 or 8 o'clock p.m. Wellness Wednesday. And that'll either be a class or a Q&A, just kind of depending on what you guys are wanting to see. Next week, I'm planning on doing an elderberry gummy class. And when I say class, it's going to be more like demonstration. And I've never done one of these before on video. So we're going to see how this works as a class. So I hope you guys join for that. Any of these oils that I talked about tonight, if you are new to oils and maybe you're not new to oils, maybe you're just new to doTERRA, please reach out to me and let me know, because doTERRA has all of their, not all of their, a huge majority of their starter kits 20% off this month, and they never do that. So basically you can get access to all these oils for 25% off. It's such a sweet deal. So reach out to me if you're curious about that. I'm trying to think what else I need to tell you before next week. Oh, I didn't mention, talking about sleep anchoring, I didn't mention these Serenity soft gels. So these I was kind of nervous about because I don't want to be addicted to a sleep pill. These are not habit forming, and they don't actually have Serenity essential oil in them. They actually have lavender essential oil. They have L-theanine, which is an amino acid that's really, really good for anxiety and helps support sleep. It has lemon balm extract, passion flower, and German chamomile petals. So this is essential oil, amino acid, and herbals. So typically, not typically, I've tried one before and thought, I don't know if I feel a difference. I was having a really hard time with sleep, maybe a month ago. And I thought, fine, I'm going to dig these out and I'm going to take 2 and see what happens. 2 is my sweet spot. I know some people who will even take 3 before they go to sleep, 20 minutes before you go to sleep. So you could kind of put this into your sleep anchoring practice. So you've got your sleepy oils diffusing 30 minutes before, you pop some of these before. I would also suggest a magnesium mocktail. That'll help you relax also. And you're going to have a solid night of sleep. Like, I sleep like a rock when I take these, and I'm really sad because I'm out and I'm getting this in my next order because these are amazing. So you wake up and you feel really like you've slept heavy, a good feeling that, ooh, I slept really heavy. And you don't have that weird, like, oh, I hate everything grogginess the next day. So these, I love these. I just wanted to point those out to you. Okay, so since nobody has any questions, I'm gonna hop off, but thanks guys for watching and joining me. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for checking it out. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. If you would like some support, I do one-on-one essential oil mentoring. I am so happy to kind of help guide you into this world of essential oils. There's so much more to oils than just buying them off the shelf and Googling, or buying them from somebody and then figuring it out yourself. We do a lot of hand-holding and a lot of continual education, one-on-one calls. We do wellness consults. We do 90-day health plans. We're like here to support you and help make oils and doTERRA part of your life, because they're just so incredible, and they're really going to improve your quality of life. So reach out to me and let me know how I can support you. Thanks for watching, and I hope you check us out on our next Wellness Wednesday next week. Bye.